Hello, Dr. Kellie Cassidy here, clinical psychologist and owner at Cassidy Psychology in Mount Pleasant and Canning Vale. Today, we're drawing ever so close to our next Bounce Back group program. And for those of you who don't know about our Bounce Back program, it's for 8 to 10-year-old kids who might need a little bit of help with developing their resilience. Now, resilience skills are those skills that allow us to bounce back when something's gone wrong. Now, that could be something really simple like forgetting your lunchbox, or it could be something, really terrible and bad like being in a car accident or something far worse, perhaps. We all know that there are many challenges and things that we need to face through life, and we need to have those essential skills to help us bounce back. Okay, so our next group program is starting on the 17th of August. It's a Saturday morning, and there are a couple of spaces left. So I'm really hoping that somebody's going to take up that opportunity and give a gift, I guess, to their children of being able to be really resilient and bounce back. Now, I kind of mentioned in the title of this blog for today that bouncing back isn't the only thing we need to do, because we also need to make sure we're bouncing forward. Now, bouncing forward means, not just coming back to the same place where we were before something bad happened, but being able to take that step above, or step forward, I guess, would be the other way to think about it. But making sure that there's improvement. So it's not just feeling better again. It's what can I do to improve upon that? Like with my lunchbox example, well, how do you make sure that next time you don't forget your lunchbox? What skill was missing? What went wrong that meant that you left your lunchbox home in the first place? So it might mean that there's a opportunity when things go wrong to develop some sort of new skills. In the case of the lunchbox, it's some organization and planning skills, perhaps. So always kind of thinking, what else can I give my child to keep them moving forward when something goes wrong? That's a really, really important thing. Now, I was also thinking, we use Bounce Back because it gives us an acronym, and it allows us to think about all the things that children need in order to be resilient. And we talk about that in our group program as well. There's a blog on our website, and I will, in the comments section when I finish this up, put that below so that people can quickly go and have a look. But I'll just quickly run through them as well. So the B of Bounce Back stands for bad times don't last. That developing those skills in optimism, and we know that that's essential for resilience, that kids have the ability to optimistically think about life. So bad times don't last. O stands for other people can help, and getting a reality check. So making sure that you're checking in with other people about what's going on, because sometimes we can be really fixed in the way we're seeing the world. And if we've got a pessimistic mindset, we're always going to be seeing the worst. So checking in with other people can really help. U stands for unhelpful thinking might make us feel more upset. So think again. So again, it's that optimistic thinking, realizing when we're using unhelpful thinking styles, making sure that if you're catching your child doing that, things like I'm the worst kid at sport might be an example. So picking up on that unhelpful thinking, because if they've got that mindset, they're never going to get any better at sport. They're going to keep finding it to be a really arduous task. So making sure that you're tuning in and noticing that. The N of Bounce Back stands for nobody is perfect, not you and not other people. So again, looking for signs of that in your children. If they've got that perfectionistic mindset, keep pulling them up on it. Make them be aware that we don't have to think that way. C is for concentrate on the positives, no matter how small, and use laughter. A quick way to do that is to get kids to say, what were 3 good things that happened today? Tell me something. Again, doesn't matter how small, but getting them to think about that. The E for bounce is everybody experiences sadness, hurt, failure, rejection, setbacks, generally uncomfortable feelings. It's a normal part of life. And kids need to know that. Sometimes as parents, we work so hard at trying to make our kids happy and make sure nothing goes wrong and nothing bad happens. But that's not life, and that's not living either. So making sure that They understand that they're having experiences of failure, setbacks, all those things, so they know how to bounce back from them. You can't do it if you've never had to practice it. Now, the B for the back, blame fairly. Sometimes children will blame themselves wholly and solely, or they'll blame everybody else wholly and solely. They've got to know how to balance that, how to make that fair. So just be looking out for that and providing opportunities for them to take some blame themselves or put some blame to others if the case needs be. The A stands for accept what can't be changed. Now that's a big skill for kids to learn, but a really, really important one, because there are things that are outside of our control, things that we can't change in life. You know, perhaps your child doesn't want to go to school. Well, that can't be changed. Going to school is something they have to do. So you can figure out ways to make it easier for you or put things in place, but they've got to know that that's something that they actually can't change. C stands for catastrophizing exaggerates your worries. Again, back to those thinking styles. Catastrophizing is one of those ones, you know, always thinking the worst. So catching that and getting kids to realize that whilst our brain often thinks about the worst, and there's a protective reason that we do that, doesn't mean it's always going to come true. And finally, the K for bounce back, keep things in perspective. It's only part of your life. Again, that narrow thinking can really help us, stop us from being able to see the bigger picture. So being able to step back and have perspective on things is a really, really important skill. So I know that was a lot to take in and a lot of messages there, but look for those opportunities, those incidental things that happen day to day in your children's lives that allow you to enhance those messages, because they are the key messages that are going to help them lead a resilient life. And we know that people who are resilient are more likely to be successful. They have less physical health problems, they have less mental health problems, and they generally are able to move through life a bit easier. Doesn't mean that it's all easy and that they don't have all those challenges. They just know how to bend and move with them rather than falling into a heap. I hope that's helpful to you. As I said, it's all on the website, so please go over and have a look there. Think about whether your child needs to enhance some of these skills and whether they might benefit from our Bounce Back program. I'll put the link to that as well in the comments, or otherwise head over to our website as well to check that one out. I'm really, really hoping that, again, this will be another successful group that we run this term. That's probably all for me for today. As always, here at Cassidy Psychology, we're working together with you to help you flourish and thrive. I will look forward to speaking with you again really soon, but bye for now.